It's bright. That was a run around morning for April the 1st. Morning world, welcome to Friday, 1st of April. It's been a runaround morning today for April the 1st. To the best of my knowledge, no one's copped me out on a prank. We went for breakfast first thing this morning because it was Oz, our youngest member of staff's birthday. But it's his birthday tomorrow. He actually turns 18 tomorrow. And as tradition has it, whenever one of my guys has a birthday, I treat the whole team to a fry-up breakfast, which always results in not much work getting done for the rest of the day because everyone's too fat to do it. And my wife's complained all I've done in the last 3 hours is burp. A lot. But it was a nice breakfast. So what have I got to tell you? After breakfast, I went and bought a truck. Why did I buy a truck? Well, there's a good reason why I bought a truck. The reason I bought a truck is Donkey has kind of, well, it's not died because it is actually completely rebuildable, but we've had this 130 tipper Land Rover for about 16 years, a long time, and we are really fond of him. He's a lovely old truck, but for us, he's kind of gone past his sell-by date. Okay, a bit like me, really. 160,000 miles, I think he's done, and yeah, 161,000. I think I bought him with 70,000 miles on the clock. So he's done some miles, but a couple of weeks ago, Ewan was bringing back a load of waste from a job, luckily just local in town, and there was this awful noise suddenly came from the transmission, and basically the gearbox is gone. Took it into our engineers yesterday to have a look at it. He's been busy. It was the first chance he's had. I was hoping, I had my fingers crossed, that it was just the transmission brake gone on the drum brake, but no, it is actually internal in the gearbox, and the gearbox is kaput. So we sort of sat down and we looked at it, and it was a case of, right, needs a new gearbox. Somebody might have one, but needs a new gearbox. It's coming up to the times where it's also going to need a little bit of work, other bits and odds and sods. The mechanism on the passenger door was broken not long ago. I say the mechanism, it's just a latch. I actually have the new latch in that bag, which I was going to fit, but now I can't be asked. Whoever's going to take this truck on after me can have that job. Donkey's going to go. As I said yesterday in the video yesterday, we're going to wait for folks to come and make us an offer for it. I've actually already had 2 people approach me. 2 folks that have known Donkey for years. Simon, our climber, he's half interested, but he's got other investments he needs to do, and he doesn't really have the time and the space to do this as a project. But one of the other climbers that also comes and does a bit of work, he's also interested. He's going to come and have a look next week. So I basically said I'll pencil his name on it. He'll get first refusal. And then if he doesn't, then I'll tell you guys that, if anybody wants a 130, which is a rare size, basically 130, it's 130 inches between that axle stub and that axle stub. It's a long wheelbase Land Rover, which means it actually carries weight. My 110 will carry weight badly. It's just rock and roll and swings all over the place. This thing carries weight. It's chalk and cheese between the 2 vehicles. So 130 carries weight a lot better. But like I said, we've had him a long time. We did say, there was a time when we said, oh, we'll never get rid of Donkey. Donkey's here forever. But you know what? Times move on and stuff. So, yeah, Donkey's got to go. So, he's soared. He's off the road. So, what have I bought? Well, we've got 4 staff. And we got 1, 2, 3 vehicles the guys use, which is a 3-seat Transit and a 2-seat Land Rover. And with 4 guys, if I happen to send them all to one site and they don't need a cherry picker and they don't need an awful lot to clear up, it always means I've got to send 2 vehicles. Well, that's a pain. It's also, at the moment, really expensive to send 2 vehicles if I can get away with 2. So we have bought an older Transit crew cab tipper. It's on a 58 plate. It is an older vehicle. We did look at new ones, but the money was stupid. I found this truck in Bristol, belonged to a landscaper who apparently had fallen on financial rough times and had to sell his truck because he needed the money. His loss, unfortunately, this time is, excuse me, my gain. That's breakfast still repeating on me. So yeah, it's an older truck, but I'd like to buy a new one. It would be lovely, and the status it would give us having a new truck. But like I said to the dealer when we were at the actual car lot or the van lot, there was a new van and the one I bought. And like I said to him, is the new van going to do any more work than that one? And the answer, of course, is no, it's not. And it's also going to be less than 1/3 the price, 1/4 the price, which means I haven't got to borrow any money to buy it. I hate debt. I don't like being in debt. I don't like borrowing money. So that's what we've done. I've dug my hand in my pocket and I bought it. So that will be coming tomorrow. And I may share the journey to Bristol and back when we go and fetch that thing for anybody who's interested. Because that's going to be the main thing I'm doing tomorrow, is going to go and pick up the guy's new truck. So there you are. Nothing to do with farming at all, really. But it is part of the business and part of the day. And that wind is really bloody cold. Right, back in the van again. I've got a 27 miles trip to go and look at a job for the county council. That's outside our normal area, but there are some customers you will travel a bit further for, so I prefer to stay within 20 miles. This is 28 miles now because I've gone a different way. That can't be right. This is a shorter route. Sat-nav's telling me fibs. That's definitely wrong. Anyway, I'm going to go and look at a tree job, or actually a footpath clearance job. Apparently it's a very overgrown footpath. It's narrow, it's got trees growing through it. It's obviously been closed for some time. Go and look at that for the county. I'm going to take a detour on the way because the guys are doing some work for a different department of the county, doing some footpath side ash dieback work. So we're going to go and see them, make sure they know what they're doing, and I've got a bit of news for them. All of them. So, not the van, something else. I've had an offer from one of our subscribers who actually called in to see me yesterday, he and his wife. Last year we were given an indoor skydiving experience where I could go and basically jump in a wind tunnel and experience free fall. COVID and everything else, work, prevented me from doing that. Those tickets are now out of date. So the very nice gentleman and his wife paid me yesterday and said, can we have those tickets back and we'll refresh them for new ones. You give us the time of year when you're most likely going to come, which I've done. It was followed with, and if the tree guys would like to come as well, maybe you would like to use it as a team building exercise. So we're going to see if we can organise a indoor skydiving trip for the guys sometime a bit later in the year, just as a day out and a bit of fun. It's a bit fresh up here. So right, we've come to the guys. I say we, I mean me and her. Come on. They brought the transit down here. That was brave. Hey? Yes, it's all these. 1, 2, 3 in the corner there.
The arm as well, sort of thing, is it? Or?
Yeah, if he's knackered, yeah. Yeah. Hang on a second. Stupid boy. Yeah, so it's that one, and that one. Down here. Yeah, so re-pollard that one there. Oh, the bump, yeah, alright then. Okay. Right, I'll see you guys later on. Stay safe. Don't get stuck. Yeah. Oh, we got a 4 before, we'll get you out. Better not run over that too. I got one just like that. Yeah, I had one just like that. Well, dog's happy. She managed to bark at another walker and their dog, you know, because their dog was smaller than her, so she was brave, as usual. Okay, we are getting there. Come on, you. Biscuit. Come on, Biscuit. I'll tell you what, that wind is blooming cold. It's not strong, but it is cold. Right, next stop, Cerny Wick. You know, I spent 10 minutes with the guys, just having a chat, just how the job's going and odds and sods, and I still forgot to tell them about the indoor skydiving. So, I hope I remember to tell them before they see this video. I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, so this was one of those, some people want the work done, some people don't want the work done, but when I say do and don't, they either really, really want it done, or they really, really don't want it done. It's a footpath in the middle of a village that is completely blocked by overgrown trees. You can't walk down it. It's going to take us at least a day to clear this section of path, and some people will stand there and applaud us, and some people will stand there and shout at us for doing it. But yeah, it's an interesting job, but fortunately the homeowner who lives right next to the job is kind of resigned to the fact that although it's going to affect them the most, they're resigned to the fact that the path's going to be opened, and they're quite happy to give us consent to work from their property, which will make our life so much easier. So much easier. So yeah, an interesting hour or so, and a few miles from home, but you know what, when you meet and talk to people like that, I don't mind at all. See, what I should have done is come up and look at this job yesterday. I never actually looked on the map to see where it was. The Cirencester livestock market is literally a mile, maybe 2 miles from here. I could have come up and had breakfast yesterday as well. No, probably better not. 2 fry-ups 2 days in a row probably not do me any good. Well, not much good.